Everyone, it's 9:30. We'll call the August 12, 2025 meeting of the Mill Creek Township Board of Supervisors to order. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there any public comment on agenda items other than development or rezoning applications?
I was just told. Name's Jerry Cervidio, 1720 West Gore Road. Fire engine. I missed the last meeting. I guess it was explained. Correct? I don't know. The last supervisor meeting, they explained what they need the new fire engine for. You already ordered two. What's the third one for? I'm not picking on you.
No. I'm having trouble hearing what you said, Jerry, as far
The
as...
new fire engine.
Okay, the fire engine.
We
okay.
just ordered two. Now this is a third one. I missed Dennis told me the last meeting they explained it, so I'm sorry, but I would like to know. And then where's this firehouse going to be? How's that? It's on the agenda.
You're right.
So I'm just asking. I don't think I'm getting up later, so you're only going to have to.
No, right now, Jerry, we do have an immediate need for a fire engine. We're using the three main engines that we're using are all over at least 15 years of age or older, and we're running into a lot of mechanical issues.
All right.
So when one of those units does go down, we don't have a replacement. It's tough to have a replacement, and that puts us in a heck of a bind. So the other factor there is we don't have agreements with, well, we have agreements with 3 of the 4 volunteer fire departments in the township. One of them is still holding back on the agreement, which also limits us because there's 2 fire engines there that we could be using that we don't have access to. And that's really putting us in a bind. So that's the reason why we have to make this purchase for the community, and so we can protect and serve them like we're committed to doing.
All right. What about the firehouse?
So the firehouse, the feasibility study, we are going to table that for today. We don't know where that's going to be, and that's part of what the feasibility study is going to tell us. Sure. Is finding a site that's going to work not only for the Bell Valley area, but for the entire township.
All right. Well, thank you.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
for the time. Thanks for the opportunity.
Can I just add one thing, Mr. Chairman?
Sure.
So the 2 that are ordered won't be here for 2 years.
I know.
So it's like, this one was already in production. So this one we're gonna have by January. So that was the reason that this one for now, and as our treasurer will explain, we have the funds available from the fire tax in order to make the purchase. There were some things that we didn't purchase for part of it. So we have, we're making the financially responsible decision as well. So we're not just,
I ain't saying.
I just want you to know.
Just want to know.
Just in case you were questioning. But yes, it is unfortunate that the one the firehouse, Bell Valley Fire Department is not allowing Mill Creek Township Fire, because it's too bad.
All right. Well, again, thank you. Thanks for the time.
Thanks.
Any other public comment on agenda items?
I'm Candy Horm, and I have a question on the same thing. The one meeting where you requested a fire engine, you're talking $800,700 some odd dollars. It's a used fire engine. By the time you put in what you need, it's going to be $1.3 million. Okay. According to the Government Study Commission on page 44, if you have your booklet, it says the separate 2025 fire tax fund budget shows a projected increase in fire tax revenue between 2023 and 2028 of over 319%. That's an increase of over $5 million. Where's this money coming from? I have it on good authority from friends of mine who were volunteers in other townships that Mill Creek has better equipment than the city of Erie. And if you look at city of Erie, they are in dire straits right now. They got funding for a shot spotter. That funding is done, and now they're looking for, more money to keep the shot spotters, going. In case you don't know what that is, that's equipment that tells you where shots are fired so the police can respond. Is the same thing going to happen with the fire department? Because when this funding runs out, it's coming out of the taxpayers' money. That's all I have to say. I forgot. My name's Candy Orm.
Well, just to clarify something, the city of Erie, their entire fleet, by next year will be totally replaced. It's all new. So that data is inaccurate.
That came from somebody who was a volunteer in another township.
That
Okay.
doesn't work in Erie?
Pardon?
That doesn't work in Erie?
It used to work in Erie, but
But
not
does
on-
it now?
No.
Okay, just clarifying. You got it from someone that doesn't work there in Erie.
Okay, thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you. Anybody else for public comment on agenda items? Seeing none, we'll move on to approval of minutes from the July 22nd meeting. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 5 is approval of the bills. Is there a motion to approve the bills?
I'll make a motion to approve the bills.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 6 is a public hearing on renewal of the cable television agreement. Attorney Shaw?
Yes, this is a hearing relating to the renewal of a cable franchise fee agreement being held in accordance with Mill Creek Township Code, Section 21-9. Under Section 21-9, before authorizing the issuance of any cable franchise, including initial franchises or renewals, the township shall conduct a public hearing to obtain citizen comments. Before we take any public comments, I will provide a short description of the renewal agreement. This is a renewal of the cable franchise agreement that the township currently has with Spectrum Northeast LLC, which is a subsidiary of Charter Communications. Under the agreement, the township will receive a 5% franchise fee in accordance with federal law. The agreement identifies 22 separate revenue sources that are covered in the agreement to determine the amount of revenue received. The agreement allows the township to conduct audits of Charter to ensure that it is receiving the proper fees and imposes certain reporting requirements on Charter. The agreement includes provisions protecting the public right-of-way and includes safety standards as well as customer service standards. The agreement provides for education and government channels to be operated by the township and the school district respectively. The agreement also provides that the township may enter into agreements with other cable providers, but those agreements must be consistent with the terms of the agreement entered into with Charter. The agreement continues for a period of 10 years. It also includes penalty provisions if Charter violates the agreement. So with that summary provided, Mr. Chairman, we can now accept any comments from the public regarding this agreement.
Okay, we'll go ahead and open up the hearing. Is there anyone here wishes to speak about the cable TV agreement? Okay, hearing no comment, we'll go ahead and close the hearing. Attorney Shaw, we'll just move on to Resolution 2025 R31.
Yes, Resolution 2025 R31 is a resolution of the Township of Mill Creek authorizing execution of a cable franchise agreement between the Township and Charter as just discussed. Before you is that resolution, and I would recommend execution of this agreement and approval of this agreement.
Okay, thank you. Any comments or questions for Attorney Shaw regarding this resolution? If not, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 8 is Resolution 2025 R32, a resolution pursuant to Resolution 2015 R20, the Municipal Records Manual to approve the proposed disposition of certain township records. Attorney Shaw.
Yes, before you is a resolution to approve the disposal of certain municipal records maintained by the police department that are reaching the end of their retention period under the Municipal Records Manual. The police department records to be disposed of include MVR BWC footage. That includes test recordings between 6/6/25 through 6/26/25, traffic stops between 5/7/25 through 5/27/25, incident only and special circumstances between 8/4/23 through 8/24/23, and case report, arrest report, SRR unknown types between 8/4/05 through 8/24/05. My recommendation would be to approve the disposal of these records.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 9 is new and amended ordinances under review. Attorney Shaw?
Yes, we have two ordinances that are being reviewed. One is the subdivision and land development ordinance. The other is the fine and penalties updates. We're continuing to work on both of those.
Thank you. Moving on to bids and quotations. The first item is a new fire engine. Firefighter Hicken.
Morning. So this is from Chief Cliff. The last Fire Commission meeting, a motion was approved to recommend the purchase of a new fire engine to the township. Glick Fire Equipment has been identified as a preferred vendor as the entity we signed the previous contract with, and they do have a stock unit closely matching our required specifications coming available. The base cost will be $918,298.68 with additional costs for hose, equipment, and tool mounting of $220,000 and $50,000 respectively, for a total projected cost of $1,188,298.68, with the funding for this being split between the 2025 capital budget and the 2026 budget for the fire department. Delivery is tentatively scheduled for January of 26, and this will be purchased under a CoStar's contract number of 013E22242.
Thank you. Does the board have any comments or questions?
Dan, I have a question for Melanie. As far as the funding, the 1.18 and change, it says between the 2025 and 2026.
Yes,
Will this be cash?
yes, it will be cash. I've been able to, along with the chief, been able to identify a little over $500,000 available in their budget through local service tax revenue, and some other expenses that had been allocated, some capital expenses, that those will not be purchased in order to be able to use part of our 2025 budget that's already been allocated, and then also at the same time in 2026, utilizing the local service tax revenue, and then some other capital in 2026 to finish the purchase without having to borrow any money for this purchase.
Okay, and then so the cash purchase won't result directly in a fire tax increase?
No, because we'll be utilizing the local service tax revenue that people already pay.
Thank you, Melanie.
Okay,
That's all I had, Dan.
thank you. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the purchase of the new fire engine from Mill Creek Fire?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, and I will second. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next item is the firehouse feasibility study. I don't think we are ready to act on that at this meeting. I'll entertain a motion to table this item.
I'll make a motion to table.
And I will second. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next item is a code enforcement software package for planning and development. Mr. Waldinger?
Thank you. Good morning. The Code Enforcement Office currently uses a software package that was made for uses a software package for investigating and tracking cases that was created and designed solely for fire inspections, and it has been inadequately modified to meet their current use. The yearly software agreement is coming up soon, so a decision had to be made to either continue with the current package or to explore a switch to new software. After doing research, after researching options, we have identified a code enforcement specific package from iWork Systems that provides many benefits over the existing software package. iWork has agreed to perform the necessary implementation immediately upon approval of the purchase, but not invoice the township until November 1st, 2025, when the current software agreement expires. This would allow the code office to seamlessly transfer to the new package, as it will be ready to go on the day of the switch. The proposal from iWork also includes 2 Wi-Fi enabled tablets that can be used with the software package. The cost of the annual subscription is $18,000, and there is a one-time setup and implementation charge of $5,000 for a total one-year cost of $23,000, which will be invoiced on November 1st, 2025. This initial cost will be paid for by a transfer from the Vision Zero Action Plan line item of the Planning and Development Capital Budget, leaving $7,000 to be transferred to reserves. I would recommend approval of this purchase.
Thank you. Does the board have any questions or comments for Mr. Waldinger? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Buck?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next item is the West 6th Street Sidewalk Project Local Service Account Grant. Mr. Waldinger.
Thank you. The township received a local services account grant in the amount of $331,695 for the installation of sidewalks along West 6th Street between Pittsburgh Avenue and Peninsula Drive. The engineering department developed plans for the work and publicly advertised to solicit bids from contractors. Bids were opened on Wednesday, August 6th, and the results are as follows. XL Excavating, $354,346. Amendola Construction, $226,640. M&B Services, $319,129.81. Lindy Paving, $324,624. And Empire Snow Management, $189,452.50. It is the recommendation of the engineering department that the contract for the Presque Isle District pedestrian improvements, West 6th Street Phase 1, be awarded to Empire Snow Management for the low bid of $189,452.50.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Mr. Waldinger regarding the 6th Street Sidewalk Project?
I have a question. Is Empire Snow Management the same Empire that we excluded several years ago?
I believe so, yes.
It's the same entity.
Yes, as
Thank
far
you.
as I'm aware.
Thank you, Matt. That's all I have, Dan.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, and I will second. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
No.
And I vote yes. Motion's carried. Next item is the Shore Haven Sidewalk Project, CDBG grant. Mr. Waldinger.
Thank you. Mill Creek Township receives Community Development Block Grant, or CDBG, funds annually from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. The township's award for fiscal year 2024 was $246,554. To utilize the funds, the township selected a project to remove existing, non-compliant, and dangerous sidewalks and replace them with 5-foot wide, ADA-compliant concrete sidewalks. This project would occur along both the east and west sides of Shore Haven Drive, from Westlake Road to Sycamore Road, and along the west side of Blackstone Drive, from Argyle Avenue to Willow Drive. The engineering department developed plans for the work and publicly advertised to solicit bids from contractors. Bids were opened on Wednesday, August 6th, and the results are as follows. XL Excavating, $468,740. Amendola Construction, $278,850. M&B Services, $382,315.84. Lindy Paving, $329,837.50. And Empire Snow Management, $236,900. It is the recommendation of the engineering department that the contract for the Shorehaven Drive sideway project be awarded to Empire Snow Management for the low bid of $236,900.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Mr. Waldinger regarding the Shorehaven project? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve.
Okay, I will second. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
No.
And I vote yes. Motion's carried. Next item is an HVAC unit for building maintenance. Mr. Puda?
Thank you and good morning. The Building Maintenance Department is requesting approval for the purchase and installation of a new HVAC unit in the dispatch radio room. Also included in the bid are new refrigerant lines, wiring, and system startup. A bid was received from Admiral Heating for the price of $9,995. This is a budgeted item, and the money will be taken from the split HVAC unit in the radio room line item of the building maintenance capital budget. I recommend approval of this request.
Thank you. Any comments or questions regarding the HVAC unit? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next item is a wheel loader for the Community Relations and Sustainability Department. Ms. Stutzman?
Good morning, thank you. Mill Creek Township CRS Department was recently awarded $200,000 in funding through the PADEP Section 902 Recycling Grant Program. Of this award, $161,547 has been approved allocated towards processing equipment costs. As a part of the department's 2025 capital plan, $318,000 was budgeted for the purchase of a new high-lift loader, including a trade-in of a current high-lift unit. After extensive research and multiple on-site demonstrations were conducted at the Millfair Compost Center site, the department has identified a replacement that best meets the operational needs. The CRS department recommends the purchase of a 2024 Case 721 GXR wheel loader. This equipment includes a hydraulic quick coupler, a 2.5-yard clamp bucket, and a 6-yard high-tip roll bucket at a cost of $293,395. The loader comes with a 3-year, 3,000-hour full warranty, and I'm sorry, I lost my place. To help offset the cost, the department will trade in its existing 2008 JCB 406 loader, currently valued at $16,500. With this trade-in and the grant funding already being awarded, $115,888 will remain to be covered. This balance is anticipated to be funded through a future PAD 902 grant round, consistent with our past practices. And the CoStar's number affiliated with this is 44000-28103.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Ms. Stutzman? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
And I will second.
Moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next item is a GIS server upgrade for Public Works Sewer Department. Mr. Puda?
Thank you. The Sewer Department is requesting to upgrade the GIS server. This upgrade is needed to allow more space for security and maintenance updates. Without this upgrade, the GIS server has a greater chance of getting hacked into. A quote was received from VNet to upgrade this server for the price of $5,122.24. Funding for this upgrade will come from the major equipment purchases line item of the Sewer Revenue Fund. I recommend approval to upgrade this server.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Mr. Puda?
I'll make a motion to approve, Dan.
And I will second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next item is background checks for the Police Department. Chief Mook?
Thank you. Our Investigative Services Division uses open source platforms to do background checks on persons who are hired by the department and also to find information on persons who are the subject of criminal investigations. Previously, we have paid for the services of a company by the name of LP Police. However, our detectives have recently tested the services of another company, Idacor. They found that IDACORP better fits our needs. LP Police has agreed to prorate their costs for us in 2025 for when we do stop using their services. The costs of IDACORP are roughly the same as LP Police. I'm proposing their lowest cost package, which is 500 transactions per month, or $1,680 per year, plus any overages, which would be uncommon.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for the chief? There are none. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 11 is a Purdue Pharma settlement agreement. Attorney Shaw?
Yes, the township recently received a new settlement that has been reached with Purdue and its owners relating to the opioid claims in which the township has participated. Under the settlement, the owners will be paying $6.5 billion in 16 payments over 15 years, including $1.5 billion on the effective date of the settlement, which still needs approval. Pennsylvania is participating in this settlement, and for Mill Creek to benefit directly from it, it must also agree to participate in this settlement. Before you is a subdivision participation and release form that needs to be approved and executed. By approving and executing this form, the township would agree to become a participating subdivision under the settlement and agree to release all civil claims against the Purdue parties, including the owners. My recommendation would be to approve and execute this document.
Okay. Any comments or questions for Attorney Shaw regarding this document? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next item is the Purdue Pharma reorganization decision ballot. Attorney Shaw.
Yes, before you is a ballot from the bankruptcy court asking you to vote in favor or against a reorganization plan for Purdue Pharma. The plan represents the settlement with Purdue and the owners of Purdue. The plan calls for the payment of the $6.5 billion by the owners in exchange for the settlement of the civil claims against it. The plan also includes a payment of an additional $1 billion to other creditors of Purdue Pharma. The Unsecured Creditors Committee recommends voting in favor of this reorganization plan. Voting in favor of this plan would be consistent with the approval you just gave with respect to the Purdue Pharma settlement.
Okay. Any comments or questions for Attorney Shaw regarding this ballot? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
It's moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 13 is stormwater O&M agreements. One is for 3131 Westwood Drive and then 6045 Fossilwood Court. Mr. Waldinger, if you don't mind handling both of those?
No, do you want me to do them both together?
Yeah, let's do that. Thank you.
Yes. As you mentioned, there are two stormwater operation and maintenance agreements. Both of these are for small stormwater management systems on lots. One is for a new to cover the impervious area of a new outbuilding, and the other is for new patio and hardscaping on the lot. As you mentioned, one is for 3131 Westwood Drive, Dennis C. II and Kara E. Brendel. The other is for 605 Fossilwood Court, Ryan F. and Megan K. Stadler. Both of them have completed the requirements of a small stormwater management plan with the engineering office. They have also both signed the required stormwater management operations and maintenance agreement on township-approved forms. So would recommend, it's the recommendation of the township engineer, Rob Rodemoyer, to approve both of these agreements.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve both of these agreements?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next item is Treasurer Communications. Ms. Page?
I don't have anything further today.
Okay, thank you. We have a hiring request for Public Works. Mr. Puda?
Thank you. The Sewer Maintenance Department is recommending to hire William Bowman as a sewer maintenance labor. His date of hire would be 8/25 of '25. His rate of pay would be $23.92 per hour. William currently works for Waste Management as a driver-operator for 11 years. He previously worked for Pleasant Township as a laborer for 3 years. He was a laborer for the City of Warren, Department of Public Works, and the Water and Sewer. William has experience with operating all types of equipment, and he has a Class A CDL. I recommend hiring William Bowman for this position.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Mr. Puda? Is there a motion to approve this hire?
I'll make that motion, Dan.
I will second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next item is a termination request from Fire Chief Cliff, requesting to terminate probationary firefighter Christopher Parker. Is there a motion to approve this termination?
I will go ahead and make a motion.
Okay, and I will second. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. We have training requests. We have one for the police department. Chief Mook?
Thank you. Before I read the request, I'd like to speak very quickly about 3 separate instances that have made me extremely proud. Recently, Officer Miller was flagged down by a woman who had locked her keys in her car. She was in the process of being evicted, was having some serious financial problems personally. She had $6 in her purse, so he called for a wrecker to unlock her car, and while he was waiting for the wrecker to come, walked across the street to an ATM and pulled $40 out of his own account and paid for the lockout fee. Also, very recently, Officer Jason Nagel was off duty and came across an elderly woman who had a flat tire on her car. He helped her contact AAA, and because of a long wait time, he assisted in getting some air in the tire, which enabled her to drive home, and she was able to get the tire changed the next day. Also, this weekend, we had occasion to arrest a parent, and with her was her 6-year-old autistic daughter who was extremely upset at the situation, and we called for Major Tucker to come, and he was able to put his PTSD training to work and calm the girl, and in the end, she was sitting on the floor with Tucker petting him. So I'm extremely proud and honored to work with so many good men and women on this department. The specific training request that I'm asking for today is related to the FBI's Great Lakes Leadership Seminar at the Niagara Falls Air Force Base, September 21st through 26th. Officers at the rank of lieutenant and above are eligible to attend. This training will cover modern issues facing police leaders, and instructors are drawn from the FBI's academy staff and other subject matter experts nationally. I request approval for Lieutenant Adam Hardner to attend because of his role as the SWAT commander and his supervisory role in investigative services. Tuition is $450. Lodging is $85 per night for 5 nights, totaling $425. Per diem totals $380. Fuel and toll costs are estimated at $50. Total costs for this training are approximately $1,305.
Okay, any comments or questions regarding this training? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. We have 4 requests from the CRS department. Ms. Stutzman, would you mind going through all 4?
Yes, thank you.
you.
My team has looked into some of the trainings offered through MBA and have found some of them would be helpful to their daily jobs. And so the first one I want to start with is Chantel Rodriguez will be taking Getting Organized and Becoming More Efficient on 10/2 from 12:30 to 4:30 at a cost of $140, and Workplace Communication Skills on November 3rd from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at a cost of $210, for Chantel totaling $350 coming from our CRS training line. The next one is for Emily Dulesky. This is for email etiquette. It was originally scheduled to be held on 9/11, but it just got bumped to September 18th from 9 to noon at a cost of $140, as well as a class on emotionally charged situations on 9/25 from 9 to noon at a cost of $140, for Emily totaling $280, coming from the training line. 2 classes for myself, HR for non-HR personnel, Part 1 on 8/5 from 9 to noon, so that's retroactive, at a cost of $190. And HR for non-HR personnel, Part 2 on 8/26 from 9 to noon, also $190 for a total of $380, coming from the CRS training line. And finally, for Monica Ziegler, Intro to Using AI in the Workplace on 8/5 from 8 to noon, and this is $140 and a retroactive request. And also, finally, Microsoft OneNote on 10/23 from 1 to 4 p.m. at a cost of $140, totaling $280 from the CRS training line. And I think I go a little out of order, but I have done a little bit of math, and in our training budget line, we still have a remaining amount after all of those being taken out of $6,375.
Okay, thank you. Any comments or questions for Ms. Stutzman?
I'll make a motion to approve, Dan.
Okay,
And I will second.
thank you. Moved and seconded. Mrs. Claire?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, Mill Creek Fire has 3 training requests. Firefighter Hicken, go ahead and review all 3, please.
Okay, the first training request is for 4 firefighters, Greg Summerson, Cody Maxwell, Brad Jacobson, and Caitlin Bauer, to attend paramedic training through Emergicare, running August of this year through September of 2026. This will be a required class for those hired under the SAFER grant. They will also be signing a 2-year agreement for employment with the township following this. The cost for all 4 firefighters will be $34,200. Greg, Brad, and Cody are $8,800 apiece, and because Caitlin is an AEMT and will be joining the class partway through, her class is $7,800. The second request is for firefighter Tyler Hickernell to attend passenger vehicle rescue August 17th and August 24th, 8 to 4 at the Linesville Volunteer Fire Department. This will ensure that there is another vehicle rescue technician in the township. The cost of the class is $100 for registration and mileage reimbursement of $136.68 for a total cost of $236.68. The final training request is for firefighters Gerald Hicken and Jesse Walker to attend Advanced Line Systems September 13th and 14th at the City of Warren Fire Department, 9 to 5 each day. This is the rescue swimmer portion of water rescue training, is one of the 4 required courses to be certified as a technician level water rescuer. This is required internally for personnel seeking promotion and for assignments at the Westlake Firehouse currently. Cost of the class is $0 and transportation will be by township vehicle.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Firefighter Hicken regarding this training?
No, I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Claire?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next item is the CRS Department HHW Grant Report. Ms. Stutzman?
Thank you. The Mill Creek Special Collection event was held on Saturday, May 17th, 2025, from 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Mill Fair Compost Center. The event was pre-approved by the PADEP and is eligible for grant funding through the Household and Small Business Hazardous Waste Collection Program. Mill Creek Township filed a 3-part application consisting of the application for registration, record of operations, and application for reimbursement. The grant will partially reimburse the township for the following expenses: employee staff time, employer costs, food and drink for volunteers, and contracted services. In total, 749 pounds of lead acid batteries, 425 pounds of propane tanks, 6,395 pounds of appliances with Freon, and 4,120 pounds of tires were recycled through the event. Mill Creek Township estimates that our application for reimbursement will be approximately $2,186.49 from the PADEP HHW grant. Supervisor and notary signatures are required on the grant for the application for registration, or for reimbursement, I'm sorry. And due to the changes in grant reporting procedures, educational expenses will be funded directly through a PADEP pass-through grant from the Erie County Sustainability Coordinator in the County Planning Department, which we're working on currently.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve this grant reimbursement?
So moved.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next item is the CRS Public Awareness Announcement. Ms. Stutzman?
Thank you. I'd like to take a moment to share some context about our daily operations of our township offices. We serve a growing population of over 54,000 residents, but unlike large private organizations or state agencies, our offices are not staffed by call centers. In fact, most departments are manned by just one or two front-facing individuals who handle all in-person visits, phone calls, and administrative duties. We know it can be frustrating when you experience a delay in response, but we want to assure you that our staff are doing their very best to assist everyone as quickly and professionally as possible. Last year alone, our receptionist fielded over 24,000 phone calls and greeted more than 21,000 walk-in visitors. That's an average of 200 interactions per workday handled by a very small team. We share this not to discourage contact, but ask for your patience and understanding as we continue to serve this community with limited resources. Your kindness and cooperation do truly help making our offices more effective and more welcoming for all.
Thank you. Well stated.
Yes, please be respectful of our employees. That's the moral of the story.
Next item on the agenda is the Cato Annual Picnic, which will be held on Thursday, August 28th at Picnicana Park. The cost is $17.50 per person. I'll entertain a motion to approve up to 8 individuals to attend. Is there a second? I'll make that in the form of a motion, I'm sorry.
Okay, Dan, I'll second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Executive session was held on July 24th. Items discussed were personnel matters related to the police department, fire department, and public works department. Litigation matters related to code enforcement, right-of-way dispute, state court lawsuit, and easement dispute. Real estate matters related to parks and rec facilities and paper streets. On August 7th, personnel matters related to police, fire, and public works departments. Real estate matters related to public safety and parks and rec facilities. And litigation matters related to right-of-way dispute, state court lawsuit, and easement dispute. Moving on to solicitor communications, Attorney Shaw.
Nothing further on my end, thank you.
Okay, that takes us to item 15, which is citizens to be heard. Anyone wishing to address the board?
Again, it's Candy, and I'm back. Before I do anything, I need to apologize to you, Miss Page. Oh, I shocked you. Don't faint. I did not realize that the treasurer does not do the audit, is not responsible for that. And so when I was talking to you before about the 2024 audit, that it hasn't been in yet, and as far as I know, I don't think we have it yet, do we?
They're in the final stages of putting it all together and getting
Okay.
their reviews done.
But I need to apologize. I hope you forgive me. I spoke out of ignorance, and and I come here not as an adversary. I come to hold you accountable, and we can't have any transparency if we don't have accountability. And like I've told you before, we have no accountability. There's no chain of command here. If you don't hear us, that's it. You know, like I told you before, that we have 4 ways to do it. Ask for an internal or forensic audit, do a criminal investigation, vote you out of office, or change the style of the government. And, you know, we're kind of being squeezed that way. And I think I speak for a lot of people here in Mill Creek. So I'm speaking for people that can't be at these meetings. Either they're working, taking care of children, or maybe the elderly, they cannot be here. So I hope you do not take what I ask or tell you, you know, don't take it personally. You know, in your position, you have to be thick-skinned, okay? What I want to ask, Mr. Ouellette, Empire that this company that's going to be doing sidewalks, why were they cut out of something several years ago being considered?
I think that was a recommendation from our engineering department, so I'm not sure.
Okay, but you do work with streets, infrastructure.
Right.
Mr. Block, would you know that? Could you answer that question?
I think Mr. Waldinger can elaborate on it, but it had to do with the recommendation from our former township engineer, Ann Sokol, due to her evaluation that the work Empire performed in the past was inadequate. So they were excluded from bidding
And yet
for a period of time.
And yet you voted today to take them back.
I voted no.
I know you did, yes, but the others, you voted to take, I mean,
You have to take
sometimes
with the lowest bid, they were the lowest bid.
It
They
isn't
they
always
do
the
know how to
best.
bid well.
you
Yeah,
get what you
they-
pay for.
Well, we're kind of bound by the thing called law, so
Okay.
lowest bid wins.
So then I have a couple other, these are comments.
If I could just real quickly, just so you know, they came back and did smaller projects for us, and they did an acceptable job, and so that's how they got kind of back in, in the loop of things.
Okay. My comments are coming from the government study report. Any of you that have the report, I'm referring to page 13. And it says that the elected supervisor duties, two of the duties are to ensure sound financial management and secure the health, safety, and welfare of township residents. Well, I don't think our financial management is exactly sound. And with all the stormwater maintenance issues, I think the health and welfare of the residents is affected. And then on page 16, it says Mill Creek's the only one of the top 25 most populous second-class townships where supervisors act as both legislators and administrator, okay? And the way you are, you face no accountability. Like I said before, you are employees and you receive no evaluations, performance evaluations, like you give your employees. So that's why I think a government study, which our commission did, having a new form of government where somebody oversees you, somebody that you select and can be let go if there is improprieties, I think that would give the citizens more of a voice to be heard. And then if you go on to page 44. And I may ask to go over. I think the last meeting you let Mr. Island go for like 10 minutes. So, but I'll try and get done fast, okay, if that's okay. This is on page 44. It said the 2023 audit report, which wasn't issued until December 2024, reported 3 material weaknesses in the system of internal control over the financial statements. This is evidence of mismanagement. It affected the accuracy of any unaudited financial information relied on by the township, residents, or others during the year. The independent auditors would have performed more work at an additional cost to the township to gain comfort around the completeness and accuracy of the financial statements. To add some perspective, for public companies, a material weakness is a very serious issue as it could result in significant fines, regulatory consequences, and even prison for executives if they knowingly certify false financial statements. That was one more. I did talk about the fire department fund, and I want to go to page 46. And this is where we are talking about the cost of our solicitor. I went over this last night at the Government Study Commission, but there are people that don't go to that are maybe watching this. So I just want the public to know, for the years from 2019 to 2023, Mill Creek spent $3,454,709 for the solicitor. Lower Paxton Township for those same years, which has a population of 53,501, they spent $500,495, almost 7 times less than what Mill Creek was paid. Middletown, which has a population of 46,040, paid $942,681, 3.5 times less. And Hempfield, which has a population of 41,466, paid $760,348. That's 4.5 times less than what we are paying Mr. Shaw. And Mr. Shaw, if I may ask you, you were at the meeting last night. Were you billing the township for your presence?
I was there on behalf of the township, yes.
Okay, so how much, you never did ask, I asked in March, what do you charge per billable hour? And you said that depends. So how much did you charge for being there last night?
That was part of our flat fee.
Okay, and what's that flat fee?
It's an annual fee, it's $200 and some thousand. I don't know the number
Oh,
offhand.
so you don't charge per billable hour?
Not for certain activities, no.
Okay, I must have misunderstood that.
Must have.
Okay, and like I said, as much as you would like to portray to the public that you're improving Mill Creek, it seems like the numbers tell a different story. I see the general fund being eviscerated. You know, the fund like for emergency things, that's gone down almost by 2/3. And I'm speaking for the people. But this government study that the commission did that some people seem to be so against, it's because people aren't getting these numbers. They're not knowing. I knew nothing about this Purdue Pharma thing, and now I have to look that up and see, are you giving away anybody's rights by making, you know, an agreement with them? I don't know. I have to research it and come back and ask you. But I don't want to tie up your time with that. I see ballooning costs and missing audits and no accountability, and I don't call that financial management. That's like sorcery to me. It's because you're just changing things around so they look good. But I do want you to know I continue to pray for you. Sometimes our prayers don't get answered right away, but I know you have a difficult job, and I appreciate you letting me speak. And again, Melanie, I do apologize. Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to address the board?
I was told no one can hear me a lot of times. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I apologize. I just assume my deep voice carries. I don't want to get too sidetracked, but I wrote a few thoughts down as I was sitting in the field there. One kind of inside baseball, I think, because I attend a lot of meetings, and she asked, but Empire won $460-some thousand worth of contract work, and they were excluded in the past because of quality, and they have done stuff that's been up to par. But hopefully you have since then to make sure they do the quality that you need, I'm assuming, for the work, if I may ask.
Yeah, just so you're aware, all of the work is inspected by township inspectors, both projects.
Right. I did know that, but that was more for people who did not know that. Because with that inspection work, even though they are the low bidder, it should uphold to the high bids standards. My other thought was, I tend to watch just plain old antenna TV, and I've noticed on TV quite a bit that Brent Davis has been making statements about recycling, and as the township has worked so hard to get people to recycle glass and other things, Has anyone asked him to stop misstating stuff for Melkirk Township, even though we are in Erie County? I mean, it's starting, and it almost borders on a political. I thought when you're running for office, I remember when Schwarzenegger couldn't have his movies shown in California because he was running for office. Brenton Davis is running for office, and yet he's on up talking about recycling misinformation and talking about drug rehab. It just annoys me.
Hi, so I've had a conversation with Audrey Knight, who is the county sustainability coordinator. Their messaging went out because the bulk of Erie County cities and municipalities and boroughs do follow the no glass rule. With that being said, I believe maybe us and Harbor Creek do allow glass into our curbside contract. So Audrey was going to insert some messaging at the bottom of the flyer that was going out to insert to either check with your municipality or that it did not apply to Mill Creek Township and the other townships that it does not apply to. So they were just making messaging based on a large portion of the county that does not apply to all. Yes, we still recycle glass in our contract. So thank you for bringing that up, because we are getting a lot of phone calls about
Yeah,
it.
because I know one of the justifications for increase of the garbage waste and stuff was the fact that, hey, we still recycle glass. And I've seen in my neighborhood alone, a lot of people aren't recycling a lot of stuff that did because, oh, well, Brent Davis says we don't do it. And it's like, that's not true. I was at the Government Study Commission last night, and I've said this in the past, numbers don't lie, but liars use figures. And I think it's very misleading, some of these factual presented numbers and submitted as truthful, and not all the numbers can be, like in here there's stated about the fire tax and where is it coming from. Well, I'm pretty sure on my property tax there's a separate line saying fire fee. Now, when you have no fire fee one year, and the next year you have a fire fee, that's an increase, that's a percentage. And then the next year it increases and it doubles. Oh my gosh, a 50% increase. Well, that is a true statement, but it's misleading when it goes from $10 to $20. So the numbers and the facts may be truthful, but it may be also misleading. So before we assume that this 55-page thing is a Bible, I think some people better look into the truth. Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak?
Yeah, it's Jarrett's Video, 1720 West Gore. Now, you can explain to her that you have to take the lowest bid, correct?
The lowest qualified bid.
Yes, sir. So even though you voted against it, the other two, if it wasn't you voting against it, two of you would have had to approve it anyhow, or face what? What would you have faced? Maybe a possible lawsuit from that company? Possibly. So therefore, then you would have needed representation, correct? If you had a lawsuit. And just went over all these, the executive sessions. If you went back over them, a lot of it had to do with legal work. Do you think you three, without legal training, could have handled all that on your own? Or understood it? Even the pharma agreement and the reorganization ballot, you guys could have read that over, understood it. Now, this is a point this Government Study Commission is making, and she's trying to make, that it's costing us a lot of legal representation. Well, you do have a lot of legal costs here. I don't think they're all being brought out. I filed right to know. It cost the study commission, I believe, $1,500. And that was out of the taxpayer money that you guys approved for them. So that's just a small fraction, but little amounts add up to a lot. So for them to keep pounding this message, it's a little unnerving that you guys are lucky that I'm not sitting where you are, because I couldn't stand here and take some of this nonsense that's going on and not be vocal, and you have to. So I give you a lot of guts for sitting up there and taking my shit at times. Excuse me. So I'm sitting there and thinking, and the flooding issue, it's been going on for 20 years. This has been brought up. Harper Drive, 12th Street, Joe's Gym. Oh my God. The state's been involved. When are you ever going to get over it? It hasn't been solved, and it's not going to be solved. It's not, well, maybe someday, Mr. Waldinger, but I'm not bringing it up. I'm just saying, this is getting pounded. 55 pages, there's right to know laws. You can find out everything that Government Study Commission did and asked for. I did it. And for 55 pages compared to 354 pages the first time in 2011, I think it's inadequate. I think it was rushed. And I think everybody in Mill Creek should have the good sense to say no to this change, this form of government they want to change to. And your accountability is by being voted for or against, and you're out. There's accountability. I'm sorry. I'm sorry somebody has to have that attitude. You have no accountability. So thank you for your time. Sorry I bent your ear. Sorry for my little bit of sass up here.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to address the board? None. Is there a motion to adjourn?
If I could just quickly, Mr. Chairman, there's been a lot of noise about attorney's fees and what other municipalities pay. There are several townships that we've identified that pay fees, attorney's fees comparable to what Mill Creek pays. The ones identified by the commission are ones they selected. They obviously did not go through all of the various townships and municipalities to determine what they pay, but 3 comparable townships we have found have paid ranges anywhere from $535,000 a year to $926,000 a year. So I would suggest that the form of government, frankly, has nothing to do with the amount of fees incurred. It deals with the intricacies of each municipality and the community, how many challenges that community faces, and that's what drives fees.
What were those townships?
Upper Darby Township, Lower Merion Township, and Salem Township. Upper Darby ranged from $535,000 to most recently in 2024, $925,000. Lower Merion was ranged from $568,000 to most recently in 2024, $774,000. And then Salem Township was ranged from $680,000 to $893,000. Oh, these are 4 years. I'm looking at 4 years, so just the facts. Thank you.
Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. We're adjourned at 10:34. Thank you.